Have you ever noticed how your story can sort of quietly become your whole identity? And you talk about what happened in the past and you think that you're just explaining what you've been through. And after a while, the story, your wounding, it becomes the thing that you share with other people, the thing that you speak about often, and you show up as the one that survived, or as the black sheep of the family, or the sensitive one that nobody ever understood, or the outsider always looking in. And when you talk about that, you find people who get it, who get you. But then you sort of stay stuck there in that story, in that wounding, because it's safe and it is familiar. But is it really you? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to HP TV channel. I'm your host, Barbara, and today I want to talk to you about when your old story starts taking over your life. And it is something that happens subtly. But the story underneath your old story, it sort of runs everything in your life. And you find your tribe, your people, the ones who speak your pain, who understand your pain, who understand what you've been through. You only need half a word and they know exactly what it is that you're talking about. And then you connect with them over what went wrong in your life. But after a while, every new conversation that you're having sort of circles back to that same old story, that same old injury, that same old wound. And the story that once gave you meaning now starts feeling like a cage. Do I really want to be the outsider? Do I really want to be the black sheep? Do I really want to be the one that's always misunderstood? Sure, you get attention for what you survived, but you don't get attention for who you are right now. And you keep asking, would anyone even recognize me if I stopped performing my old wound? If I let go of everything that happened in the past and just start being my real self, my authentic self? And this is a very, very real question. So let's talk a little bit about the hidden costs of staying in your wound. Because let's be honest, when your wound is your main identifying point, your main credential, then everything else sort of shrinks. Newness, joy, even ordinary days, they all feel a little dangerous, a little off script. You might even start to judge people who don't have enough pain. You can also get stuck looking for the next crisis just to have something to talk about. And even empowering stories can become cages with velvet walls. So, what happens when you just let go of your story? What happens when you put down your wounding? If you stop leading with your pain, if you stop introducing yourself as the one who survived or the one who made it through, it's weirdly empty at first. You lose your tribe, you lose the people that you connected with over this story. And this might leave you feeling exposed or ordinary or maybe even lost. You might also be grieving your old identity. It could also feel very boring, the same story over and over and over again. But when you let go of your old story, when you stop identifying with the things that happened to you and start living your authentic self, the person that you truly are, you experience this sort of quiet freedom. And you realize that you can just be here with no script, no story, no need to perform, but also no audience for your pain. You don't constantly have to talk to people about everything that you went through, if that being something old or even something in the recent past, like someone cutting you off in traffic or that asshole insurance representative that didn't help you the way you wanted, or whatever type of story it is that you're telling. And when you let go of all of these stories, and when you let go of the need to talk to people about it because you want to be validated in your anger or your upsetness or your injustice, your righteous indignation, or whatever it is that you get out of the conversation, then there is no more pain and you connect for real. You wake up to how beautiful life can be when you no longer focus on everything that went wrong, and you discover that there is actually life after your old story. Nobody really talks about the body part of this. And your mind keeps looping the story, and your nervous system stays braced for the next blow. But your spirit keeps searching for a place to rest. And even spiritual tools like human design or the gene keys or whatever can turn into a new way to stay special or broken or wise. But they're supposed to show you who you are underneath all of these old scripts. So you don't need the wound to be valid. If you recognize any of this behavior, then leave me a comment. I personally recognize this because for the longest time I felt like the world was doing me an injustice and I needed to talk about it. I needed people to validate me in, well, you were not wrong and this is incredibly shitty behavior and things like that. So if you're recognizing this, I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below this video. And it wasn't until I really started healing myself and started looking at these patterns and started healing this old wound, this old story, when I finally realized I could just let it go and unburden myself in that way. And now when something happens, I usually don't talk to other people about it because it doesn't help me. It doesn't lead to anything. It also doesn't make me more loved by people, usually the contrary, I think. So if you recognize any of this, then I would love to hear from you. So the real question now then is, who are you without it? Who are you without the wound? Who are you without the old story? If you stopped explaining, stopped leading with your pain, what will be left? Maybe it's quiet. Maybe it's simple. Maybe it's even the first time that you're really alive. But there is space for the real you. There's real choice, and it's a lot less dramatic. Trust me. But all of it is authenticity. It's authentically you. And this is where you start living your new life, your new beliefs, the new reality that you want to claim as yours. So if you are done performing your pain and you are ready for something more real, and if you want a space where your story isn't just your entry ticket, then you might want to join the HSP Cafe on my solutions community. There you will find like-minded people, not to revel in your pain and to keep regurgitating everything that happened to you. No, to start living your truth and stepping into who you really are. If you first want to discover more about who you really are and you want to know more about your human design and your gene keys, then you might want to purchase your BU by Design blueprint. This is so that you can help see who you are beyond the old story that you keep telling yourself. And if you don't know what you really want, or if you want to work one-on-one with me, then I would like to invite you to book a free clarity call. There's no agenda here. This is just you and me having a heart-to-heart conversation, getting to know each other and seeing if I could help you, and if yes, with what. The link to book all of these things or to purchase all of these things are included in the show notes below this video, in the description of the video. So if you are interested, scroll down and find it. And lastly, I wanted to tell you that you get to choose. You have a choice. You are not your old story. You are not the wound. And you are enough exactly the way that you are, right here, right now. I hope that this video was valuable to you. If you are new to this channel, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you will never miss another video again. And if you felt that this was something that someone you know should hear, then it would also mean the world to me if you could share this video with your followers. And yeah, for today, I have nothing left but wishing you a really awesome day. And I look forward to next week where I get to inspire you with another beautiful video. Bye for now.